Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another discussion video. This time we're going to look and see how Buu and the new Vegito stuff will impact the Dragon Ball Super card game coming out of set 6. We're almost there to set 6, so I think like getting a good read over all these cards and seeing how they're going to impact the format and talking about that and discussing that is really good for, for all you guys. So before we get into this video, guys, if you're new to the channel, definitely hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you stay up to date with all the awesome Dragon Ball Super content that I post here. And if you're looking for a Dragon Ball Super community, definitely check out the Discord server in the description below. Great group of people there. And finally, guys, if you're longtime fans of the channel or want to get caught up on competitive content, check out the Patreon in the description below. I've got a couple Patreon shoutouts to get to. Shouts out to Jesse, Eric, Dylan, Gerald, Brandon, and Douglas. Thank you guys so much for your time to support the channel. Really means the world to me. So with that being said, we're gonna get right into these blue cards. Basically, this is basically cover all the blue of set 6 and my opinions on it going into the current format. So we'll get into it. The Dende leader. So this is super interesting because we just had a yellow Dende leader win a celebration event, the Canadian celebration event. That was a yellow Dende leader. So I'll talk a little more about that once we get into the effect of the card. You cannot include extra cards with energy cost 4 or more in your deck, and this card can't attack. So you can't play World Peace in this deck, which is very interesting. Right off the bat already, I mean, you can't play World Peace. This is gonna be a little bit. This is gonna be seemingly a lot more restrictive than the other Dende leader, but at the same time, you have the same burst 2. This card can actually attack, surprisingly, but you do have that. Oh, sorry, no, it can't attack. My bad. And you do have that burst 2, and you search 2 Dragon Balls from the deck. And when you flip over, you get to add a desire from your drops to your hand, and you become Son Goku Energy Restored. Choose an effect? Question mark. Okay. Draw 1 card. Choose a blue or black desire. Activate it for free if you have the appropriate energy. And your ulti lets you draw 2 cards when you send 2 blue energy. So what I'm going to say to this is, it does not seem like this is going to be as good as the yellow Dende that we have because of this restriction right here. You can't include extra cards with energy cost 4 or more in your deck. The thing about Dende is that it's only really good because it is a draw 2 leader essentially on both sides, or sorry, I guess on the front side, and you have access to the Frieza wishes, which is really powerful. This, if we make a 1-to-1 comparison, you have to look at the strict blue wishes, and the only one there is Call of Justice, I believe. So Call of Justice is, it'll make Dende awaken really fast, which is kind of cool, I guess, but that's not gonna necessarily be great for anything, at least that I can foresee in the future. So we'll see what happens when things come out later, but could end up being weird. Majin Buu leader, you cannot overwhelm essentially in this leader. You cannot send cards to your warp from your drop area. When this card attacks, draw 1. You can burst 3 once per turn to choose an energy, place the energy in the drop area, and then choose 1 Buu card in your drop area and basically replace that energy in rest mode. When your life is 4 or less, draw 1, untap 1. Permanent, you still can't overwhelm. Sparking 7, attack, draw 1, gain 5k. Activate main once per turn. Choose an energy, place in the drop area, and replace that energy with a Buu in the drop area. So you basically get to energy fix here, and what that lets you do is with the Buu main deck cards, set up plays like where you're gonna be able to you can afford to burst things to the drop area because you can get them back into your energy, which is kind of cool. Now apparently the Dende ruling was basically overturned, I guess. I don't know. A lot of people really don't know what's going on with that ruling, but apparently that is good against this again. But I don't think people are gonna really be siding Dende just for this deck. So I think if you do play this deck, I think you'll be okay. SS3, Son Goku, burst 5, 3-drop 20k. At the end of your turn, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, place it at the bottom of their deck, then return this card to the owner's hand. Not gonna lie, a lot of better 3-drops in the game, and the fact this is a burst 5 probably makes it even worse. Not a great card in my opinion. This card's really cool. 2-drop 5k Goku. It has barrier, and he gets +5 for each card underneath him that are blue and no other color. Activate main once per turn. You can put the top card under him, and if you have 7 or more under him, he gains triple strike for duration of the turn. So I know there are other cards in the set that let you put cards under him, and maybe other cards in the game that I'm not thinking of that also let you do that. Pretty cool, pretty nifty 2-drop finisher, depending on if you can easily get stuff under him. This package I really like. Sand Duo Son Goku. If you have the Vegito in the battle area, he gains +9k, and when you play him, you can discard a card to summon the Vegeta straight from the deck. We are not at the Vegeta yet, so I'll get there in a second. 3-drop 19k dual attack Goku. Note on this, there really aren't any good blue Gohans for the Buuhan package, which is kind of relevant when you try to build a mono blue Buu deck that we just looked at the leader above. If you do play blue red, you have better options for Gohans, but yeah, that's just worth noting. You only have like this guy, and like the 3-drop barrier blocker Saiyaman Gohan from like set 5. I think it was set 5, maybe set 4. But yeah, not very great. Vegeta, Majin, Pertinent, Martyr, Sparking 3, end of your turn, place this card in the drop area, choose all your opponent's battle cards, return to the hand. Not bad. It's a turn earlier than that than the Gotenks that returns 100 cards, which essentially is the same thing, except this is not a double strike and this is a turn 3 play. So it's like a, I don't know, it could be like a decent side card if anything goes too wide, but again, not super great in my opinion. Now here's the other card that I really like, Sanduo Vegeta. So the Goku I mentioned before, you can bring this out with that card, and while this card's in play, you can only play Vegito battle cards. Permanent, if you have the Goku, this card also gains 9k, but it's usually going to come out in rest mode, so it's not too big of a thing. When you play this card, untap a blue energy, so that sets up your fusion plays, which is really cool. If hopefully the Vegetos are next. So Vegito at full throttle. This you want to charge in your energy as soon as you see it, essentially, if you're playing this deck. So it's a double strike dual attacker, so it's a pretty solid game ender. This card can only be played from energy areas. They kind of disallowed it to be splashable in blue decks, which is, I kind of like that. When you play this card, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards with barrier, ignoring barrier. So the card has to have barrier, and return it to the hand. Not bad for dealing with a threat that is going to be hopefully expensive for them to recast. So here's that Vegito that you really want to set up with the Saiyan Duos. So this is a Union Pitora for one colorless with a Goku and a Vegeta. So you just go Saiyan Duo Goku into the Vegeta on turn 2. You untap that energy for this, and then you have your 1 energy Union Pitora play. When you play this card, draw 1, and if you use Union, draw another 1. Activate main for 2 colorless. Choose a Vegito other than this card with energy costs less than or equal to your current energy from your energy area and play it. If you played a card, add this to your energy in rest mode. So what's really cool is like with the little right here, Vegito's World's Strongest Candy. You have some cool little aggro plays there. Turn 2, go into Sanduo Goku, bring out the Vegeta, attack with the Goku, bring out the Vegito 3-drop, attack with the Vegito 3-drop, and then the Vegito can go into this if you're ready to awaken, or if you're able to, you know, Senzu Bean and untap energy, things like that. So pretty cool aggro plays. You can only play some energy areas, and you can only play one of this guy per turn. And activate main, you can choose one powers combined with Vegito in your energy area and play it, and then bring this card back to your energy in rest mode. So that turn I mentioned was 3 attacks plus your leader swing, 4 attacks on turn 2 if everything goes right. Pretty solid. Also a lot of draw power in that engine as well. Goku, this is just totally a meme card. Pretty funny that it exists, but definitely not something meta relevant. SS3 Gotenks Sparking 5 Super Combo. This is relevant for that Boo deck because you have that Gotenks that you want to go into for the Gotenks Boo. This is relevant for that. Otherwise, there are some niche. There's like a random 3-drop extra card that can actually revive this in the graveyard, which is kind of cool. But yeah, it's pretty niche. Pretty niche. You also have to have the Saiyaman Super Combo, so just basically an alternative for that if you like Gotenks better. Hercule, Smile, and Nod. When you combo this card, choose a blue Son Goku in your battle area. Place 1 card from top of your deck under it. So this is how you can get, wow, 1 battle power, I just realized that. This is how you can get more cards underneath that Goku to get it just bigger, faster. Otherwise, it's still, from all the cards that we have here, it still kind of seems slow, but I digress. Now, this is a really cool card. This card could actually do some things in the meta, I see, because I think that Mono Blue Boo deck is very playable and kind of good. But this is also just a straight up boss monster for Buuhan strategies, right? So this actually gives them access to a triple striker out of their Awakening Evil Majin Buu, which is really solid. When you play this card from energy area, choose 1 battle card in your drop area, place it under this card, then choose 1 of your blue energy, switch to active mode. So that's cool. You get an energy restand, and if you do play this card the way it's meant to be played in this new archetype, you get to suck up a Gohan from the drop area pretty easily. It's not going to be a great one though if they're blue, so that's kind of unfortunate, but it doesn't really matter. This one doesn't really copy effects. Once per turn, when this card attacks, if there's a Gohan Adolescence under it, choose 1 of your opponent's battle cards, place it under this card, and switch this card to active mode. So a dual attack triple strike's really good. On top of that, you get some added spot removal as well, so that's pretty solid. Really good card in regular Buuhan strategies as well as a new Mono Blue Boo deck. Love that SPR. So now we have the Prodigious Absorption Majin Buu. So you got the Gotenks Buu essentially. He's a barrier, so this is what you use during your mid chain to go into that 7-drop Buu. So it's nice that he has barrier to protect himself. When this card's played from an energy area, choose 1 battle card in your drop area and place under this card. So that's where your Gotenks Super Combo comes into play. Activate main. If you have a Gotenks under this, you get a free Majin token, 15 power, 0 combo cost, 5,000 combo power. For 4 energy, you can activate main. If your leader card's a Majin, choose 1 Majin Buu with energy cost 7 in your energy area and play it. So you can cheat out the 7-drop for 4 energy in this build, and for technically 5 energy in a Buuhan build, 3 for the surprise attack Buu, and 2 to evolve into the Awakening Evil. Majin Buu, Intensifying Evil. I think this card's really, really good. Look out for this card if you're doing any drafts, because this card's just a really big powerhouse. So permanent, if this card be removed from your battle area by an opponent's skill, you can discard 2 cards instead. This is the first time we've ever seen an effect like this, and that alone makes this card really good in my opinion. It's not quite barrier, but it's almost like indestructible, but you can choose when to save it or not, which is really cool. Because even if you had things that got around barrier, you can, like, you know, protect it, things like that. This is actually kind of cool as well. I think the way this would work with Chain Zeno, actually Chain Zeno would, I guess, would technically negate its skills. Never mind on that. But anything else that would remove this from the battle area, you can choose to protect it, which is really cool. When this card attacks, you just get to place one of your opponent's battle cards 4 drop or less in the bottom of their deck. So just attack, remove something, which is really powerful. 19k is a good number. Activate main, 1 blue, 1 colorless. If your leader card is a Majin, I do appreciate these restrictions on these cards. Don't make them too broken. If you have 3 more energy, you can choose a Majin Buu card with an energy cost 4 from energy area and play it. So this is, and then this card goes in your energy and rest mode. So that's how you get into your Gotenks Buu. They let you cheat things in essentially, which is really nice. Now you have the 2-drop Buu here. When you play this card from your hand, choose a blue Majin Buu card from your drop area, add it to your hand. So you got some Grave Recursion there. And for 1 colorless, if your leader's a Majin, choose 1 blue Buu with energy cost 3 from your energy area and play it. If you played a card, add this card to your energy in rest mode. So you're just cheating things in, which is really good. Blue is already really energy efficient, but this engine is letting you be really energy efficient. Quick shifts, I've talked about them before. They're kind of okay. If your deck's more extra card heavy, you get to cycle them out and see maybe better cards, which is kind of cool. 1-drop Buu, burst 3. If when you play this card, if your leader's a Majin, take a life to your hand. So some self-awakening for that deck, which is pretty much needed, especially on archetypes. On archetype awakening is really good. Activate main, choose a blue Buu in your energy area. Other than this card, add it to your hand. And if you do, put this card in your energy area. So this deck, this mono blue Buu deck I've been messing around with, has a lot of searchability and draw power, which is really nice. Bob the Overseer, I think the destruction engine is very, very good. I wrote an article about that on the Patreon, which is actually open to the public. It's one of my only articles that's open to the entire public, so definitely check that out if you want to read about the destruction rare engine. I'm not going to be doing a video review on those, so go check out that video. That's in the description below. But I think this engine is very powerful. This doesn't necessarily go in the Buu deck alone, but it is very powerful. Dabura, 30k vanilla. Love the 30k vanilla. Is just so much value for a 3-drop. Fountain of Spirit. This is going to be that one of the main extra cards you want to play in the Dende deck. So this card is a Desire. If your leader card's a blue Shenron, choose 1 blue Sand in your drop area with 15k or less power and energy cost 2 or less and play it. If you do, place the top card of your deck under the card to play with this skill. So goes great with that 2-drop Goku. So that's one way to get a card underneath it immediately. Then you have your Hercules, put more cards under it. So theoretically, if you bring out this card, you got 1 card under it. Use its ability, that's another card. Hercule, that's another card. So that's 3 cards. If you can use his ability the next turn and Hercule the next turn, and use his ability the following turn and Hercule the next turn, you can ideally get that Triple Striker by turn 3, which is kind of cool. I don't think the deck's going to put on enough aggro to do that reliably and make that a kill shot, but something nifty you can kind of do. I'm not sure this is going to be super duper meta relevant. Bring Buu back. This is a really cool card. Activate main, Sparking 10. If your leader card's a Majin, if you have 5 or more energy, choose the 5 or more energy is a little pretty restricting, but we'll go with it. Choose a blue Buu with energy cost of 4 or less, or one red Majin Buu from your energy area, play it. So that's cool that it accounts for that red Buuhan type of build. Choose 1 battle card in your drop area, place it under the card you played with a skill. So the fact that it requires you to have 5 energy it makes this card really slow, to be honest, but could be relevant for certain matchups like Janemba. This could be actually a pretty good sideboard for a matchup like Janemba that you know is going to go to like turn 6, turn 7. Dawn of Evil, this card's really good, and I'm glad how they built this for an extra card so it's not too clunky. When you activate this card, you can activate another one for duration of the turn. If your leader card's a Majin, look at the top 10 cards of your deck, choose a blue Buu with energy cost 3 or less among them, add it to your hand, then shuffle the deck. If you add a card to your hand, choose it to 1 of your blue energy, switch to active mode. So basically you get a cycle and then you get to restand that energy again for a new 1-drop, which is really good. You have like, there's the 1-drop Bobbity that's like maybe from like set 3 or something like that, maybe I want to say set 3, set 4, that Scry's top 3 adds a Buu, which is really good in this deck because you want to add all your Buus to your hand essentially. And you can also hit your 1-drop Self-Awakening Buu, which is really good. Spirit Sword, new negate for blue, because we needed one of those. Counter attack, if your leader's blue, negate the attack. Choose one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost 2 or less, returns to the owner's hand. Almost like a shocking death ball. Almost like the Shining Blaster from the dog archetype, except now it's generic to blue stuff. But it's pretty cool. Not bad. Might be good sideboard against aggro. So guys, that's all the blue stuff from the set. To be honest, I'm pretty excited about this blue boo stuff. I want to experiment with it more. Want to try and do something with it. Maybe with the Agents of Destructions. You guys might have seen my stream the other night where I was working on that Yamcha deck that absolutely sucks. But no, this whole deck is really cool. I think the 7-drop's really powerful. Good boss monster. The Vegito stuff I'm also messing around with. I've been playtesting it a little bit the past few days. And you can get a lot of attacks off, which is really cool. But if you brick, like, you need to see a lot of cards in that deck, which is why I'm testing it with Hirudegarn right now to see a lot of cards. But yeah, you got to see all your cards because you want to see your combo pieces, of course, your 2-drop Goku, but you also want to see your Vegetos so that you can drop them in your energy. So you can brick even in Hirudegarn, believe it or not. But yeah, I think all the blue stuff from here is really cool. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys are excited for coming out of set 6 from the blue stuff. And thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Joey. This is Crossroad TCG, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey guys, now that you made it this far, listen good, listen close. In this pile of bulk behind me, I've got a Victory Strike just sitting there, unsleeved. Just minding its own business, just wants to be played, just wants to be used, just wants to, you know, cheese people out of wins. And I swear, if you don't hit the subscribe button or check out some of our other videos right now before clicking off this video, I'm gonna rip it to shreds, I'm gonna tear it up. I'm going to waste $500 if you guys don't hit the subscribe button or check out some of our other videos. I swear, I'll do it. I really will.